mortgage defaults increase nationwide, homeowners are desperately seeking help to save their homes from foreclosure. Because times are tough, you have to be careful of those seeking to take advantage of you during these desperate times.
In recent months, a surge of ads have been reaching consumers by direct mail, radio, and television with offers to modify your mortgage for a fee. But did you know HUD-certified housing counseling agencies are providing this help free of charge?
Be very careful of anyone offering to modify your loan for an upfront fee. In many cases, they will take your money and you may lose your home as well.
How do they find you? It's simple. All mortgage lenders must file a public notice before foreclosing. So all the scammer does is search these notices and then contact you by phone, mail, or even email. They even advertise on websites, the radio, television, and newspapers.
You must also be aware of foreclosure flyers posted in your neighborhoods or strangers knocking on your door offering help. To educate you, NeighborWorks America has joined with local, state, and federal agencies in warning homeowners about these scams.
In these upcoming videos, we'll discuss some common tricks of the trade used by foreclosure scammers and show you how to prevent yourself from becoming a victim.
Repurchase or leaseback is one of the most common foreclosure scams. Here's how it works. You are told that the best way to save your house from foreclosure is to sign your deed over to a foreclosure specialist or company who promises to sell it back to you in a year.
When John was first laid off, we should have called our lender. And then when I lost my job as a teacher and we couldn't afford to pay the mortgage anymore, I was scared to call them.
Deb's friend at church, Mary, told her about a guy who was a foreclosure specialist who was helping her. I was desperate, didn't want to lose our house, so we said okay and signed over the deed. He told us that we could get the house back easily once we got back on our feet. They would pay the mortgage payments. It all seemed so neat and simple.
But you know what? At first, everything was going really good. And we even told some people at the church about Bill, remember? Mm-hmm. And then I got a new job, and I called Bill in regards to getting our house back. Now, he said that we could buy it back, but we owed, what, $15,000 or something like that in costs and fees? And I called Mary, and Mary says that Bill's company had evicted her from the house and took all of her money. Oh my God, I was so scared. I just started praying, please God, don't let us lose our house.
Our counselor told us that Bill's company had taken out a loan against the equity and stopped making the mortgage payments.
Deborah's friend did not know she was referring a foreclosure scammer.
Many scammers will try and convince you to recommend your friends so they can continue their scam. Remember, never sign your deed over to anyone. A scammer can sell your house, evict you, or steal the equity in your home.
Estaba perdiendo mi casa. Mi suegra me comentó sobre un anuncio que escuchó en el radio de una agencia que ayudaba a gente con modificaciones, préstamos y refinancios.
I was losing my house. My mother-in-law told me about an advertisement she heard on the radio that helps people with modifications, loans, and refinances.
Ellos me dijeron que me podrían ayudar con mi refinanceo y que no me cobrarían nada de dinero hasta que recuperaran mi casa.
The agency told me that they would help with my refinance and would not charge anything until they got our house back.
Después me dijeron que tenía que pagar $1,200 por el proceso. Pagué el dinero, pero continuaba recibiendo documentos ejecutivos hipotecarios del banco.
Then they told me that I had to pay $1,200 to start the process. I paid the money, but I kept receiving foreclosure documents from the bank.
Cuando llegó la fecha de la ejecución hipotecaria de mi casa, traté de comunicarme con alguien de la oficina, pero nadie contestaba la llamada o me regresaban las llamadas.
On the day of the foreclosure, I tried to get in touch with someone from the agency, but no one would answer or return my phone calls.
Al fin, cuando pude comunicarme con alguien de la agencia, ellos me dijeron que lo sentían, pero que mi casa se había vendido y que no podían hacer nada más por mí.
When I finally got in touch with someone from the agency, they told me that they were sorry, but my home was sold, and that there was nothing else they could do for me. My mom didn't understand the paperwork, and we still ended up losing our house.
Never feel pressured to sign anything on the spot or that you don't understand. We're going to spend a little more time reviewing this scam because it is one of the most common ones seen in the last few months. It's called the fee-for-service scam, where phony mortgage or credit counseling agencies are aggressively targeting homeowners in default.
What happens is that an individual or company will use foreclosure databases or listing to aggressively target homeowners facing foreclosure and convince you to pay an upfront fee to help you get a loan modification.
They charge fees between $1,000 and $3,000 and sometimes even higher. As we said before, a scammer will guarantee or promise to get you a loan modification, stop your foreclosure, and work with your lender on your behalf. But after you pay this enormous fee, nothing is done to help you. And very often, the borrower never hears back from the company after making the payment.
These scammers sometimes even portray themselves as officially connected to your lender to gain your trust. If anyone promises or guarantees you that they can stop your foreclosure no matter what the situation, they are not telling the truth.
Remember, just because someone asks you to pay an upfront fee for a service does not guarantee your loan modification. HUD approves and provides funding for nonprofit agencies in your area to help you with your foreclosure.
In the bankruptcy scam, you may be asked to pay an upfront fee to file the bankruptcy. But instead of contacting your lender or filing the bankruptcy notice, the scammer pockets the fees without doing all of the necessary paperwork.
Well, we both have really good jobs, and we bought our house when the market was high. There was actually a bidding war for ours. Yeah. And that's when the credit card offers started coming in, so...
We used them to buy furniture and other stuff for the house, and that's when the problem started.
Yeah, well, we had to get new credit cards to pay off the old ones.
Yeah.
And with student loans and new bills, we fell behind on our mortgage payments. Well, that's when everything started falling apart.
We got a letter from a foreclosure rescue agency, and after talking about it, we decided to give them a try.
And we paid them $700 to file the bankruptcy papers, and we thought that would stop the foreclosure.
We paid them, and we gave them a lot of information. And the man said that if we got any letters from the lender or from the court, to just ignore them. We did. We made the wrong choice.
That's when we lost our house.
In cases where the bankruptcy is filed on behalf of the homeowner, it is only temporary because the homeowner does not respond to the notices from the court. So if you fail to respond to the court, the bankruptcy judge will dismiss your case, the foreclosure continues, and you can end up still losing your home.
The next scam is called the door-to-door equity scam. You may have a very professional and friendly-looking person knocking at your door. Beware, they are targeting easy victims and usually go after the elderly.
Mom is still too shaken up to talk, but she likes working in her garden, and that's when he would come over. Now, he must have been going around the neighborhood trying, or what he so-called helping. He gave her his card and said he was from some foreclosure rescue organization that helps seniors out when they get behind in their payments.
He was a nice man.
And she's taken out a second mortgage. I didn't even know. Now I've lost my job and I can't help her make the payments.
I've been in that house for over 40 years.
You know, he brought her some loan papers and now the payments are so high. Now Mom is about to lose her house.
These are only a few of the scams that are used on victims every day. Scam artists are very clever, but you can protect yourself by following a few simple rules.
1. At the first sign of trouble, contact your lender. Many homeowners are scared and wait too long before contacting their lenders. The earlier you call, the more options you will have to avoid foreclosure. 2. Never sign your name to documents that have blank spots, and don't sign anything that you don't understand. 3. Always check the references of any person or company, even if the referral is coming from a family member or friend.
Number 4, don't sign over your deed to anyone without getting expert advice from a lawyer or other expert that you choose. Number 5, avoid paying upfront or huge counseling fees by calling a HUD-approved counseling agency. And remember, no one can guarantee or promise to get you out of foreclosure.
If you are in foreclosure and need help, there are HUD-approved counseling agencies across the country to help you.
Thank you for watching the NeighborWorks America Foreclosure Scam Alert. Join us next time as we continue bringing you the latest scam alerts to prevent you from becoming a victim.
And remember, if the promise or guarantee sounds too good to be true, it probably is.